I got the heavy grooving.
Those last three songs we were playing, that we just played, we have the person who created those songs joining us right now. Evan Holt, how you doing?
I'm all right, man. You know, chilling.
We're glad to have you on the show.
Honestly, I started rapping because I was like, I don't know if y'all remember like when the G-Unit beef and all of that was going on, but like I was like listening to 300 Bars and Run It. I used to live in California like maybe up until that time pretty much, and they played it on the radio, and I was like so infatuated with that because like Game was just killing 50. I was like, damn man, like what do you think cannot stand this dude, like or whatever. So pretty much like just hearing him rap like that just made me want to do music. I messed around for a little while and just ended up like typing my own rap, and then that's how I kind of got into it. No, not really. Honestly, it's like one of those things where I feel like I'm probably kind of diverse because I lived in Louisiana. Like that's where I actually started rapping at. Like I was a part of a group out there, and like it was me and like three other guys, and we were just rapping and like making CDs and just passing them around our school. And that was kind of like a good way to train, you know, to get really good around other people and everything, and get confident in myself. But no, it really isn't one particular scene. I think it's just life. I think that really inspires what I do. We've never worked in person, so that's the craziest part. Like all of our stuff, like we've done a bunch of songs, but I guess I just got some beats from him one day, like through my friend Raychowdhury. After that, like I guess we were messing around, like he would just send some stuff, and I wasn't like trying to build a project out of it. I would just use the songs or whatever, and kind of like I signed Evan Holt. That project has like maybe 3 or 4 beats on it from him. Thelonious and I have like a category of music that we've never met each other. Like we talk on the phone like maybe 3 or 4 times. Like that's it. Like, we're just cool. In the city, I think like last year I just turned 22 recently, but like last year when I turned 21, I was in Detroit, and my dad, he was just showing me around like pretty much, and I got to actually like go to the real Motown studios pretty much, like and just be outside for like where the Temptations was like recording their stuff at pretty much. So that was kind of like inspired by that and just life events, but more so just like my dad telling me like his story too. That's why I like kind of started like my father wasn't a Rolling Stone, because like the Temptations, they got that song like Papa was a Rolling Stone or whatever. So like, you know, I was like, well, my dad, he was around. You know, I always had 2 parents in the household, but it was kind of one of those things where life and just things happen, you know, pretty much. This story is funny as hell. Like, he hit me up, Gabe. Shout out to Gabe, man. Gabe's cool. He's a real tight dude. But yeah, he hit me up on Twitter, or actually he hit me up on Instagram one time and was like, yo, I got some clothes for you or whatever. And I was like, okay. I checked out his stuff, and I'm like, long story short, I go to New York, and we just linked up like for a couple of days pretty much to shoot the video. Like, maybe it took like, honestly, it doesn't look like it would have taken 3 days, but it did take like 3 days to do it. So even as like my manager, you know, it's kind of crazy if that sounds like, oh, how the fuck was he even Victor for a manager? But yeah, he was helping me a lot. Like last year, maybe I want to say 2011, he hit me up, or his homeboy Shiv hit me up pretty much and was like, yo, like we really dig your stuff. They called me, and I almost like saying it because that shit was like so surreal. Like I was going through so much shit or whatever at the time. And long story short, man, like pretty much, he was a real tight dude. All I gotta say is that, like, you know, he just blew me up, showed me like some baller ass shit. Like to have somebody like that high up, you know, especially because they work with like Kanye and, you know, everybody over there. That's kind of like real tight to have somebody support. Yeah, no, I met Saha before. I met Pusha. I did a song with Pusha. Honestly, like just never came out. I did a hook to Million. That song with Rick Ross.
Young homie is freaking out right now.
Yo, can I trade places for like a minute?
I want people to know, like, fuck it, like, it's true, like, honestly, like, I'm not lying.
Are we ever gonna hear that?
I put it out before just, like, to mess around with people, just to know if they know, like, notice the beat, but, like, obviously, Rick Ross and them did a great song, but, like, you know, I just felt like the idea I had wasn't really for me. Like, I was trying to reference some, like, vocals for somebody else, so that was kind of what the whole idea was. It's a dream or whatever. It's just like I always say, like my imaginary music career, because like I don't really be believing like any of this stuff is happening, but it happens. So that song 40 Acres, like I was in the studio when he recorded.
That's one of my favorite songs from the project.
I feel like right now, at least in like hip hop or whatever, especially like since Trinidad James came on, like people start talking about Molly and like drugs or whatever, and like on the cover my homeboy Kevin Shanklin, like we were just walking one time and we like started. It said smoked up. Like that's not like a font or anything. Like that was like just on the street pretty much. And I was just like, man, we should take a picture of that. But like we didn't want to do it like in a corny way. So like I just reached down, tied my shoe and everything, and like we just took a picture. I got a project with my friend, DJ, producer, Dallas, and he's like crazy dope. Like this dude is like Timberland, like, and nobody even knows it. The music is like nothing like the music that I put out.
All right, Evan. Thank you so much for the time and good luck in the future.
Yeah, man. Thank you.
Thank you.
Glad to have you.
I get money anyway. I've been doing anything.
This is the best blueprint.